Good day and welcome to Critical Foolery. Today we're playing Pillars of Eternity, and it's a throwback to the old RPGs, isometric paintings and whatnot. The artwork is really beautiful. It is an amazing trip down nostalgia lane, except for you don't have to use the 6th disc to throw it, or to keep going forwards. Anyways, we're going to start off with normal difficulty, and I haven't played too much of this, even though it's been out for a while. I got it out a fair time ago, but we're gonna go through. If you guys have any suggestions that you want me to try playing for characters, either the stereotype mage, frail mage, or the over buff barbarian who likes to solve everything with their fists, or who knows, maybe even a dexterity based barbarian who is like really agile and frail, and just throw it up intelligence and make him smart. We can give that a try. So it has been out for a while. It was funded on a Kickstarter, and the combat is pretty good. The story so far, from what I've seen, is pretty good. I haven't even made it to chapter 1. I've made a couple characters. It's part of the fun. We'll get right into it and give it a try.
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Alright, sorry about that. Didn't expect that to pop up. So we're going to get ahead, and we're going to go ahead and start it up on this. Cool. So we got male or female, and it has a little description. Basically defining the gender roles, it looks like, in this world here. What's typical, not necessarily what's the norm, right? So today I was thinking of playing a little like dexterity based running around rogue almost, possibly ranged. I'm most of my background is playing like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, so my reference to attributes may not be exactly the same. So we have humans, the Manu. We have a dwarf, but not the dwarves in the sense that you would normally expect them. They are travelers and traders, it sounds like. We have the elf, Orlan, and the godlike. Oh. Okay. That being said, basically giant sea folk. They got 2 to might. Now might in this game, it affects both your spell casting and your physical strength. Dexterity is your hand-eye coordination, how fast your abilities and stuff come up. And constitution, as normal, is basically how much you're able to withstand and whatnot. And they have an interesting health system here, in the sense that your health and what they call endurance. So your endurance is during the fight, your health is after. It's kind of your full bar essentially, and you can heal up. And you can replenish your endurance so that your total reserve doesn't go down. Now perception is how well you pick up on details and stuff, and it kind of combines a few things together. Now that being said, let's get into this. Resolve my perception. Also, when we get into it, you'll see here that you have special abilities for each race here, a subclass or subrace. Minor threat. Defiant resolve. After being subjected to a will attack, wild Orlans temporarily gain a bonus to all defenses. Don't know how useful that one's going to be. When attacking any target that is also being targeted by a teammate, Hearth Orlans convert some of their hits into crits. That could be really cool in the sense of the sneaky rogue with a teammate. So let's go with that. Now there's 11 classes. Some of them are kind of familiar, like your stereotypes: barbarian, paladin, druid, rogue, wizard, fighter, monk. But then you have your chanter, cipher, and your priest. So also ranger is one of your normal ones. Now let's see. Animal companion, stealth, survival. And these are basically like 4 important parts. So your endurance is that interim, like your infighting health bar, how much your health outside of it, your accuracy, whether you can hit or not, and your deflection, so your ability to dodge things essentially. And then for each class, it tells you based on what they're normally, like they're starting out per level is gonna give them. Now, we could make something. Do we do a monk? We could do a monk. Let's do that bonus crit though is really good. So let's do a rogue. Let's go for crippling strike. Hobbled for 10 seconds. Blinded. Blinding will be good so they can't hit us as easily. Accuracy is reduced by 25 for all sources. Perception is reduced by 4. Movement is reduced by 2. Okay, that would be good for both offensive and defensive if we need it. Now, might is highly recommended because of the damage potential. Dexterity needs to be high. Perception also. So let's max out our perception. Let's dexterity, action speed, intellect. Let's drop that down. We're gonna make him a sickly murder machine. Bring this up. We'll put that to 16 and we'll bring intellect to 12. This may backfire, but we'll give it a try. We'll see how it goes here. Resolve. What do we want to pop up? So these are like where you grew up and then it affects your attributes. I'm not going to get too much into the detail of the lore. As you can see here, you can pause the video and take a look if you'd like. But we're gonna try and go for... Should we just really go crazy on the perception? Yeah, you know what, we're gonna do that. Now lore. Stealth and mechanics. Drifter would be pretty good. Survival, lore, stealth, and survival. Allow the character to choose a variety of long-term bonuses each time they camp. The first 6 ranks grant the following bonuses. Ooh, did I just see that? Bonus damage versus flanked enemies. So that could combo really well with turning some of that into crits and then also trying to do like the sneak and backstab, I think it is. Sneak attack, yeah. Let's see what else. Athletics, mechanics, lore mechanics, lore. So we're looking at drifter or hunter. Traps and locks. Stealth. Yeah, we're gonna want to pick stuff, so we're gonna go drifter here. Skin color. Oh no, sorry, that's his primary colors. So let's go. Let's change this to blue. Cool. Oh, cool. We could make him look really weird. Let's go gray. Why not? And blue hair. Make him blonde. Facial hair. Oh, he can have a beard. That is amazing. Except for his beard's going through his chest. Oh. Is that just the mustache? Yeah, we'll just go with the mustache. Head. Okay, he looks blind in that one. Old and grizzled. Why not? We'll actually change his facial hair. We'll make it... There we go. We'll make him look a little bit wild here. Where was that wild beard? There was one in here, wasn't there? I think the first one. There we go.
Yeah?
Next. Let's see, which voice do we want?
I am the leader of the group. Kill them all! They won't see me coming.
That could be entertaining. Why not? What do we call him? Let's go Vulgaris. And off to the races. Here we go. Caravan Master Odema. The Caravan Master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis. Sounds like a pleasant guy.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods towards a looming black mass on the hillside. So that's probably the mountain, I'm guessing.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks.
No.
Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the Caravan Master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over. Oh yeah, we're sick or something, aren't we?
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, of course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Odema looks over his shoulder at his assistant, a lanky, intense man named Sparfell, who carries an old sun-bleached bow. He nods in your direction, so obviously referring to us being sick. Sparfell nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. Yeah, let's see if we start off with this. Where would I find those berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
Cool, let's ask. Yeah, why not? What are they?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pond, so I hear.
Well, yeah, who did build these ruins?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much. Not if you hurry about your business. And not if the weather holds up.
Oh boy, what kind of weather can make him go weary?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beowick, born out of the ether, The Spirit's Path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
The big green glowing rocks. I think that's what they're talking about. So what are these rocks? Huge rocks coming up out of the ground.
They don't got Audra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
I'll go see about those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's nights sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time.
He needs to find some spring berries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Alright, so there's a bit of discord between the group.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything.
He casts a sidelong glance at her.
Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Okay, help message, help message, help message, help message, help message.
Yes.
Cool. So let's see. We can zoom out, zoom in. And so these are the big green rocks that we're talking about. These tall glass green pillars appear as if they have sprouted from the earth. The flickering fire set shadows dancing within. Alright, let's see what we can find here. Okay, so there's some people that will just give us dialogue. Some sleeping bags. Can we...
I've got sundries for sale.
Okay, we'll go see him after. See what we can find out here and take a look for. Now, I should probably see what I have. Okay, so far we have nothing other than their starting gear. So she starts with some scale armor, battle axe and a torch, and hide armor and a spear. A pike, cool.
Of course.
I wonder if sneak attacks apply to long reach weapons, because that'd be kind of cool. Stay out of battle while staying in battle. So you can find some mushrooms. I'll head down here. The fallen tree doesn't budge. Sap oozes from the jagged wound in the trunk. Yeah, I wouldn't look forward to it either. Exploration is key. So like the old games and stuff, you want to go across the map, find all your kind of fill in the dark spots and whatnot, and see if you can find
I'll have
secrets.
your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Sound like you're in a big hurry. That's okay. Alright, some more plants. This path winds through a narrow canyon back the way you came. Grooves in the road mark the passage of hundreds of caravans, so we're on a well-traveled road. Okay, first battle. Yeah, so the old games and stuff were a possible real-time system, I guess is what they're calling it, but basically it's turn-based. It's kind of like taking the D&D formula which this is inspired off of from the tabletop, and then making it function on a computer quite well. So let's get into this. What has she got? So we're gonna try to knock it down, and you're gonna try. You're just gonna run up and stab it. Okay, so that's just telling us when we engage what's happening and that kind of thing, and you have to disengage. Essentially, when you engage with a melee enemy and you try to leave, they get an attack against you. It'd be like anybody trying to run. So it makes quite a bit of sense. So you got to think about that when you're trying to move around and whatnot. But you can move around the enemy you're going in just as long as you don't leave. So you see how I have that area, that circle coming up? That's showing where I can attack to, and that's like my threat range. So the same kind of thing with your enemies. Let's get to it. Cool, a critical hit. Perfect. So attack's accuracy is higher than target's defense. Attacks that do damage will do more damage on a crit. Good to know. Let's keep going. Alright, so... Oh, slow. Oh, what's this? What did I just press? Oh, okay. That's cool. So we get fast mode, slow mode. Gather some wolf hides. I'll just go normal speed. Oh.
This is it.
Okay, so there's a berry. Okay, good to know. You're kind of a mystery to the rest of the caravan. Just some kind of wanderer, the way I hear it. Let's see, I guess this is where we choose our backstory. Let's say that we had a bad deal. This one sounds pretty good. You have to be when people are looking for you. Yeah? How is it you happen to come here? They think I have something that belongs to them, something they're pretty intent on getting back. That's a damnable run of luck. Maybe then the new setting will turn things around for you. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Redrick's offer, make a girl think. I'll give him that. You here to settle like the rest of the lot? No, we're just passing through. That's usually the case with the big city, just a little ways further up the road. Where are you headed? That sounds like a good one. Seeing as how we're halfway between nowhere and nothing, I'd say you picked the right spot. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Odimel gave me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried. But that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in Exametal. Sorry if I butcher these. These are not the greatest. But I'd do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me. So I'm here and we'll see. Odema I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. Tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Drywood, but my parents ended up in the living lands. I've got a brother in Ruata, and another in Adrar. My sister in Gilded Vale. She's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about Drywood? It's not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Adir Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. people having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now, but somehow it's getting worse. I'll have to ask my sister more about it. Alright, let's get back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfell's getting near water anytime soon. He does what he feels like when he feels like it. We should check up on him first. Slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get your water. Okay, so let's go find our favorite friend here, who was so happy to go get us water. Burned Lady. That's an interesting mushroom name. So from what I think you can craft potions and stuff with the ingredients. At least I'm hoping we can. Let's see what's down this way. Get through the fog of war. Okay, so he's no longer here. There's the bridge. Let's see what's down this way. Oh, so we got a deer. I wonder if we can do anything to the deer. Looks like we got some bodies. So we can loot this one. Lockpicks, perfect. Leather armor, that's awesome. And the corpse is cold to the touch, and a ripe smell wafts from its putrid body. In putrid waves, sorry. A dark crusted bloodstain besmears its simple linen clothing. Alright, let's head across that bridge. Let's try out the fast mode. App, perfect.
What a surprise. Sparfel went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on.
Okay, well, let's go pick that up. You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Kalisha waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. So we gain the water skin. Cool. Out of the trees emerges Sparfell, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there's a strangeness to his gant. His stride wobbly as he moves towards you with labored breath.
Sparfel? Are you alright?
Sparfel's toe catches on a rock, and he collapses forward in a heap. The feathered shaft and an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. So this is pretty cool. It reminds me quite a bit of the DM. Basically laying out the scenario for you. So it's pretty cool that they have like that interactive story panel. I quite like that. We got two up here. Looks like they both have clubs or something. So you'll go down here. You'll go over here. Once again, we'll try knocking that one down, take him out of the fight so we don't get hurt. And you're gonna go one per encounter. So some abilities I do know they are per encounter. So like when you get in a fight, and some are like just per till you rest, which makes it a little bit harder. So we're gonna try to blind him, and we're gonna try to knock him down. And let's see what happens. Oh. Oh, we can hit pretty good. Okay, so basically it's talking about damage reduction and armor and that kind of thing, and it's telling us like sometimes to pick a different weapon, or like it might be resistance to piercing and that kind of thing. So just keep an eye out and remember that, and I'll try to as well as we go along. So here it shows in the top left corner I guess his bulk, defense, and then his speed, and then as for the rest we don't know. And damage reduction 5 about him. Alright, let's get going. Okay, that's doing perfect.
As you wish.
So the little
We have to get back to camp.
yellow glowing like sparkle effects are for items and whatnot, and you can also hit tab to highlight things if it's kicking around. So like a bottle of alcohol. Oh, we got some beer. So an old camp. Let's see what else we can find here. Oh, we got some mushrooms. Try our cap. So let's get back to the camp. I'm guessing they're not going to be in too great of shape. Oh boy. So we got a... He's got a bow. He's got just a normal axe or something. You knock him down. You blind him. Second wind. I don't have athletics, so we might want to get that so we can get some health. Let's go. Oh. Let's take care of that front line. And you attack him. Actually, you'll flank that one. Oh, man. So in this one, you don't die, you get knocked out, but it has repercussions. You get an injury, essentially. So I'm really hoping we don't do that. Okay, you run for him and try to knock him down. You run for him and try to blind him. There we go. Okay, so see how my portrait's all red? Now it should fill up and recover. And then there's my endurance going back up, but my health is going to drop. Okay, it didn't. That's weird. But yeah, so that's the health system I was talking about. This will be interesting with a basically glass cannon. And we're just going to grab those. Let's see what we can put on if we can increase anything here. Hide, wolf. So leather, recovery speed. Okay, so this is what it protects against, it looks like. So pierce, freeze, and corrode. What about that one? Slash and corrode. We'll keep the hide armor for now. Don't need a shield. A bow might be good as a secondary weapon. Lockpicks. Hunting bow. Speed, fast. Oh, they're both hunting bows. Cool. Hatchet, shield. Beer. What is a beer? Damage reduction. That might be good for him to see. So we'll put that in the quick items. And scale armor. Battle axe and the torch. Cool. Let's pop in a quick save. And we'll keep on going here.
Well,
alright, so we upset some people, obviously. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy. Uh-oh. Kaliska puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away some poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs. Nice. One of them, towering and severe with a thick beard, tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Hoden, the last of your caravan left standing. So that was the merchant we were supposed to go see, I think. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. You sound pretty confident. Okay, so certain skills allows us dialogue, which is pretty cool. So you kind of pick and choose your own way. I wonder what the lure one was. So why have you done this? We have not trespassed. We merely wish to pass through. I don't know what they did, but I didn't have anything to do with it. Let's do that one. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. Okay, he doesn't sound happy. So I say again, lay down your arms. Don't trust them. They mean to kill us all. So might, so we can... Only a fool attacks a weak enemy while a stronger one lives. We got a really high perception, so your courage is a mask. None of you has yet slain a true warrior. Yeah, let's do that one. The man's brow creases, questioning. We have killed many trespassers like you. Your kills are sloppy. The wounds on these people are inefficient and off target. This is the work of untested men accustomed to carelessness. Sweet, our assassin side essentially coming out. The man bares his teeth. He looked at Hodin helpless, his eyes shut tightly for the killing blow. The man spits. We'll see whose courage is a mask. Ooh, that might have not been good. He shoves Hodin towards you. As he does so, the man rakes his blade across Hodin's torso. Hodin screams and stumbles forward, a wide gash in his clothing beginning to bloom crimson. The man sets his feet to engage you, his axe raised high. Okay. So we gained him as a companion, and he's got bruised ribs. What did the status effect bruised ribs do to him? Bruised ribs. Last 4 constitution. Ooh. Ouch. Okay. He's got double dagger. And he's got blinding strike. So he's kind of like a rogue like I am. So let's get him blinding him. Let's get Vulgaris set on him. We're going to get that knockdown on that person. Uh-oh. That's not good. You are going to change course actually to the leader. And you're going to switch to him. Oh boy.
How can I help?
There we go. Okay, well, thankfully our rogue is like a glass cannon. Only thing is, hopefully I survive long enough to actually make use of that. Good. He's down on the ground now. Perfect. Okay, that went a little smoother than I thought. Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to raise. His companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasp. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good, good. The gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to sweep beneath your skin, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rendering you apart from within. Hey, the caravan master's still alive. He doesn't look pretty good, though. Oh, boy. Seated against a wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chest and bowel, Odema's body stirs, and with great effort he raises his sagging head. His eyes barely open, he looks directly at you.
Get inside!
His last effort. We thank you. Straining against the gale that threatens to pull you off of your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Holden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers who had been feigning death lunges for Heoden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Oh boy. Restrained, Heoden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you. Despite the wind, from your position, if you were to throw your weapon at the attacker, you would have a good chance of hitting your mark. Do I get rid of the weapon or do I take the rock? Let's use the rock. I don't really want to lose the spear. Grab a rock and hurl it at the attacker. Your aim is true and the hit jars Hodin loose. Lurching to his feet, Hodin clambers up to the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Hodin to set his feet and join you on the tumbling ledge. There's a deep resonance to the swelling winds now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. Cool, so it looks like we got through, I guess, the prologue. We'll play a little bit more, we'll save, and then that will be probably it there.
Was that?
Alright.
Had to be.
And we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside. Can you walk? Hodin's jaw tightens and he nods. Cool. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to quickly save here and we will pick up next time. This is part 1 of Pillars of Eternity, and we'll continue to play with our fragile murder death machine. It will be interesting to stay alive, and nice, I still have a strange illness too. Anyways, that's all for this time around, and again, thanks for watching. Till next time, keep fooling around. Sorry about the sound at the end. For some reason it deleted, and I'm fairly new to the programming, so we'll keep improving from there. Thanks again, guys. See you around.